Hello, welcome to the first round. Let's hope my opponent is actually here. We did keep this hand just because we have like Bloodstained Mire into Grim Lavamancer into Temple, which allows me to um, scry as well. So it is a bit better. Plus we have no clue what our opponent is actually playing, so it might just be that Fraction Arena is gonna be really good against him. Did they change anything? Like I noticed that the graveyard, yeah, the graveyard is different. Oh man, why do they do these ugly things? Wow, just what I needed. Um, Come on, dude, it's just a scry build. You don't mind me scrying, do you? Yeah, he has priority. Let's get it on top. I think against the green deck, that's definitely a really good card. Plus, we're gonna draw it and play Arena, and then play that the turn after, probably. We don't really have removal outside of burning things, so anything that he plays will probably stick. Sakura is a pretty good one. Am I willing to trade Lavamancer for Sakura? If he wants to trade, then he has things. So I think Grim Lavamancer is gonna be better than anything else, and Desecration Demon is just gonna be brutal against him. So let's just end and see if he sacrifices it himself. Like if he wanted the mana, he would have blocked and saved the damage anyway. And if he needs the mana, he can now do it. While if he wanted to trade, so we just give him the option to take the better line for him, and by not attacking, we deny him his best option. Like if he wants to keep it around as a blocker, he's not gonna get the mana acceleration. And then he has to keep it there. Yeah. Like this way, he would have had a block and safety damage anyway, so my Grim Lavamancer wouldn't be tapped. And if it was profitable for him to take the trade, he would have just taken the trade then. Like not attacking seems correct there. Having Friction Arena out is pretty nice. Although if he plays cards like Tractus, wow, he also plays white. But yeah, he has Sakura and plays green, so there's plenty of mana fix in those colors. And I think 3 colors is definitely doable. Even 4 colors, and people play 5 colors. Like I have played 2 colors and then splashing 2 colors. It's not undoable in this format. They changed some fix though, right? I think they did. But with work, I actually didn't have that much time to look through everything. So this is Elspeth. That's a nice one. So Elspeth actually stops Desecration Demon for quite a while. That's a nuisance. We can attack, but we obviously want... Yeah, Elspeth stops Desecration Demon for eternity. So we need an out against Elspeth, and we need it pretty fast. And just always yield to this. We can't actually do that right now. Desecration Demon. Cut is a good one. But I think we want to play the demon first. And then put pressure on him with cut. Right? Like we can play cut and then... Yeah, we have to... Although, if we play cut now and he doesn't have an answer to it in 2 turns, we then are able to start pinging things with mountains. So maybe having the extra loyalty on cut is better. Like they give the same results outside of next turn I can swing with 2. But I'm already committing then to next turn playing cut. While if I play cut now, we attack with the mountain. He has to block anyway. And then now you can kill it, like if he doesn't block and then gives this flying. Yeah, okay. So there's no point to play cut because of Xsplit. So we have to play Desecration Demon first. Yeah, that's a line I had to think about for a second, because if I play cut and animate a mountain, I attack Xsplit, he just lets it through, like he's just saying, yeah, sure, fine. My Xsplit goes to 1, gives this line, kills cuts for free. There's no reason for me to take that line where I give him free Planeswalker to kill. Like, yes, I'm drawing extra cards, but no reason to throw away cards, right? And while it does seem I'm flooded, like I have drawn 7 lands, I'm not that unhappy about it, because I have a Fraction Arena, I'm drawing a bunch of cards, and having lands with this deck seems pretty important. Like next turn if I draw Thundermaw or something, sure. Like, yeah. I really don't care about that. Why would you do that? Why would you slaughter pact that there? So he's committing his next turn mana to tap for Slaughter Pact, and he actually sacrificed his token. Wow! What on earth? So he figured he has to sacrifice the creature. Is that it? He figured he has to sacrifice the creature, and then he would have taken 1 damage from the Grim Lavamancer. Like, that's the only reasoning I can make that his line makes sense. Like, he sees the Desecration Demon and is like, okay, I have to sacrifice my token, and all the time, like this couldn't attack, but that's what the guy figures, right? So he Slaughter Packs Grim Lavamancer, so I can't actually attack with it for 1, and then sacrifices the token to the Desecration Demon. That's logic, I guess, his logic. Yep. Like, the tokens are pretty annoying, right? Let's see if he sacrificed it again. That would be pretty funny. He didn't. You never know, right? Magma Jet is okay, but I think I just want to play cut and see what my opponent does. We can also play something else. Like, we go to combat, see what he does. If he doesn't tap this down, I might just Magma Jet this. Let's see, we'll attack here, go to combat, see if he sacrifices this to tap this down. He does. 2 1/1 white soldiers. Tokens. That's annoying. Given that he blocks 1, attacks cut with the other. Can I play around today? I really can't. So he kills cuts. I can play Painseer, but that gives the same results. Okay. But then Painseer is already in play. Why can I not click OK? Am I no longer connected or something? Seriously? Wow. Nice client, bros. Something went boop. It's not my email. So I have a message. Yep, I do. Okay, just making sure you guys can actually see everything. My Xsplit, that my Xsplit is fine. Um, So raise the alarm is there. It's an okay card. Come on, dude, at least bring me to the match. Thank you. So raise the alarm resolves. I go to combats. I can just play the pains here, I think. Same server seems okay. So if I attack this, he can just let it fall down to 2 and not care. While if I play the pains here, I have an extra attacker next turn. Plus if he attacks with boats, but then if he has like pump spells, I can also Magma Jet 1 and then see the top 2. Maybe that's better. Not attack with this. I think attacking this on Xsplit is just better. He's very likely to be blocking here. Like, there's no reason to play Raise the Alarm if you're not gonna block. Well, apparently there is. So there's a reason not to block with a token after playing Raise the Alarm when I swing with a mountain. With a mountain into Elspeth. The other thing is that if he pumps Tighthouse card, that's a nice one. So that's obviously gonna take the Magma Jet here. I'm still drawing 2 cards every turn. Like, once I get rid of Elspeth, I'm way ahead in this game. Because as soon as this card starts to become active, this game's over. Bonfire seems pretty good against him as well at this point. Like, yes, that's fine. I figured that was gonna happen. Like, this is what I mean, right? He didn't make a token, so he's gonna have to sacrifice a token to keep the demon at bay. He can obviously kill Cut here, which is a bit annoying. Didn't anticipate Raise the Alarm. I didn't even know it was in the cube, I think. So why would I anticipate it then? It's an okay card. Like, I actually played with it in once in standard, I think. It's a fun card. I'll put that at Tarmogoyf, huh? It's a 4/5 already. Wow. So draw 2. Falco Red is pretty good because it kills the Elspeth. And then what? Stoke the Flames can be cast. This can be tapped down. So we just play the Pains here then. Oh, we can actually... No, we can't. Never mind. I just hope he doesn't have a remove for this, right? If he has a remove for that, I'm pretty screwed. He's probably gonna sacrifice Soldier again. I think I have to cast the Pains here first, just in case he has a remove for this. So that's maybe an error on my end. Like, if he has something like Destroy Target Attacking Creature, I could have given it Indestructibility. But it doesn't, so let's cast the Pains here. Have a blocker for something like the Tighthouse card if we want to. Just take 5 and then, basically take over the game with this. He only has 2 cards, his Elspeth is gone. He drew a Windswept Heat, or he had a Windswept Heat in hand, which obviously isn't that great for him. Let's just always yield to this. Like, there's no reason we should not yield to it. So he just attacks with the Tarmogoyf. I'm just gonna let that be. There's no reason for me to block that here. The fact that he's attacking with that is actually a bit. It's not that great for him. Let's put it at that. So no. See what he does. If he sacrifices the token or not. He does. I think we just let it be here. We can put pressure on his life. We can also attack with the Pain Seer. That's fine. Whoops. I think we can attack with the Pain Seer, but now we can block with the Pain Seer and cast Stoke the Flames. And it also stops him from like attacking with the Scholar. If he has like a haster, we have an extra blocker. I think keeping Pain Seer around is a bit better. He's splashing black apparently for Tight Husker and Slaughter Pact at this point, so he's green-white, which is usually good against a deck like mine. Like, they have Traktas, they have a bunch of cheap creatures that are pretty strong, like Tarmogoyf. They have cards like Sakura, like the 3 mana, god damn it. Intruder Alarm? No, is that? Nah, that's a blue enchantment. Raise your name. Doesn't matter. It's 3 mana if your opponent has more life. You gain 6 life. Your opponent has more creatures. You gain 3 tokens. That card is brutal against a deck like mine. Rally the Force. What's the name? Doesn't matter. It was really strong in Cowblade. Anywhere else, not really a card I care about. It's probably gonna die to this anyway. Okay. No attacks, huh? Okay. So Bloodghast. Bloodghast isn't that great, just because it can't actually block. But it's okay with Convoke, plus it's an extra attacker. We can sacrifice it to this. To give it indestructibility. See, he does sacrifice creature. So, the creature keeps on growing and growing and growing. So as soon as this stays up, it's just gonna smash him really hard. And like as soon as he sacrifices that Horse Color to this, we're getting back a Magma Jet, and then once we get back the Magma Jet, we can Magma Jet and Stoke the Flames it, and so on and so on. Maybe I should start taking with Fuck or Rattan. Chandra, this allows him to block, right? But I think I want to do it for 0. Hero of Oxidrich. That's a nice one. See if he sacrifices this color. He does. So Magma Jet comes back. We can convoke this. So if we attack with this and he blocks, we can convoke it to kill it. To kill the Tarmogoyf, that is. See if it falls for it. Like, it's very unlikely I have 1 mana 4 damage, right? Is there a haster that this may 8 damage? Oh, plus I take damage from Pain Seer. Maybe convoking there isn't that great. Let's do it anyway. So this way he dies next turn. Given that, you know, he just has a single blocker because Chandra stops the block. Okay, so 1-up. The guy is definitely creature based, so we're gonna bring in the man. Go to sideboard, please. Seriously, what's wrong with the server? So we're definitely bringing Skin Render. I think we might bring in Dismember, and I think something like Bonfire seems pretty good. Given that he's not control, maybe don't want to bring in. I like this card isn't that great, right? I think Arena is good enough. Rizalka only deals damage to players. We're not gonna be racing that often. Bloodgas probably not that great either. This seems solid. Like this is a good creature. Slaughter Pact of Lavamancer. Maybe Hero just isn't that great here. And something like a Bloodghast is better. But we lose a lot of value if you don't have Rizalka. Maybe Siege Game is better just because he's so creature based. And we're just gonna go for the late game then, like that. But then Kokusho might just be better because he's still a really strong late game deck. I think Siege Gang is solid. So let's run that one. So obviously my opponent is playing first. Wait, where did I type a smiley? I draw too many lands. Dude, I had more lands than you. I'm gonna keep this. First of all, for those that are English or want to talk about English, it's Drew, obviously, but we're not gonna shit talk about someone's language. Not everyone is in can speak English. Carnifex versus Grim Lavamancer. I think Grim Lavamancer is a bit better. Plus the fact is, if I draw a mountain, then Searing Blood becomes better on the Vanguard, which is the reason I actually led with the Lavamancer. I think even if he attacks, I am willing to take the trade. I think my mid game and late game is actually better than his. If that's like Tarmogo, if I can't Searing Blood that, so that's a bit of a nuisance then. But he should attack first before he does that. I don't think I'm gonna block this yet. There's no point in doing so. He hasn't shown what he wants to play this turn. It's only a Sakura, so that's fine. The only issue, of course, is if he has Elspeth. And I want to get a Blood Crypt. Yes. Play the Searing Blood right now. Although we could have done it on his upkeep, but it doesn't really matter that much. Like, yes, maybe he sacrificed Sakura Tribal then a bit earlier, or we can, like, if he then plays Elspeth, we can just bait that one out. But now we also have Grim Lavamancer to deal to something. And then if we draw more lands, we actually have God and Flameton Kavu, and we have plenty of good cards in our hands. Yeah, I do think my line of play here is a bit wrong. I think waiting until his upkeep is better, although it does cost me. It does fall to Mana Tide. Yeah, sure. Beat me down for one. Don't really care that much about it. GS Cradle. That's a reason to keep Sakura in play, right? On his end. If he plays a 2 toughness creature, it's just gonna burn down because it stops down GS Cradle. Lacerator. I think I wanna drop the Arena Drawing extra cards is way better than anything else, especially if I actually want to draw lands for this. Yes, I'm gonna take an extra damage, but outdrawing this guy or drawing more cards than this guy and being able to play my cards is just gonna win me the game. Like if he doesn't do much, I can just play cards. So now he goes for the land, so his Jesus Cradle has become useless unless he has Raise the Alarm in hand, which is obviously possible. He doesn't. Like if he had that, then GS Cradle would have been pretty nice. But he doesn't, so he's stuck on 3 lands. Maelstrom Pulse on the Friction Arena. That's a-okay in my book. Land? Land, huh? Sorry, bro. Let's just hope this isn't Summoning Sickness one. I think Maelstrom Pulse on Arena, given that he, you know, probably doesn't have much else of a play, is okay because he doesn't want me to pull ahead too much. But it's probably one of his only outs to something as a cut, so it's a bit annoying. But he can't know that I you know can't play turn 4 cut. Like you can never anticipate your opponent. He saw it obviously, but like I'm not gonna anticipate that my opponent is gonna go turn 2 Sakura into turn 3 Elspeth again. Like it's just not something you do. So we're gonna tap down this, play Vampire Lacerator, then untap it. Swing. Which is this, I think. Like, we can still burn him for 2 if you want the Lacerator not to deal us damage. Restoration Angel. Yeah, I'm gonna let that resolve. If it doesn't block, he doesn't block. If it does block, it just dies. So it doesn't block, which is fine by me, because I can just, you know, play Carnifex and then play Stoke the Flames, targeting this. Bang. Bang. And then this way he doesn't get mana out of Cradle. Obviously, I don't take damage from Lacerator now. What's this? So Day of Judgment, that's fine, because we still have cut. The question is, do we ulti cut or do we not ulti cut? Let's first see what we have on top. Let's put it on the bottom. It's not that necessary. I think we plus this and swing. Like if he had an answer to cut, he would have already played it. Might as well go for start going for lethal here and present lethal next turn. Like yes, the ulti of cut is gonna be lethal in the end anyway, but it's very unlikely he's gonna draw an answer to cut right now. Like he already used Maelstrom Pulse. Has to be a haster, has to do at least 2 damage, which is not that likely given the mana he has. Fate's Feathers, Oblivion Ring, they'll work obviously, but he has to draw it. Well, if I do the ulti, he has multiple turns to draw like a really good card. Now even a creature blocker isn't gonna be good enough because of the Kavu. We can still ulti this and then we can still ulti this and present 3 damage, so no blocker is actually good enough. You win, GG. GG. Okay, so we go 1-0 up, and I'll see you guys for round 2.